Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Hands in a Radio. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm Two Hands and here's the radio we're going to look at. I don't know if I ever told the story how I came up with the channel name. I had it started out just as my regular name. And I thought, no, I need a channel name. I need something snappy. I need something catchy. You know, Hamrat 88, that's catchy. Todderbert, that's catchy. I need something catchy instead of just my name. And I'm driving around one day and I thought, you know, there's got to be something about the channel. And the only thing that you ever see in the channel is just my two hands and a radio. What's catchy about that? How do you even describe that? And I said, oh, two hands and a radio. So here we are. Don't know if I ever told that or not. Maybe 140 videos ago or something. I don't know. Today we're looking at a doozy. A whopper. An antiquity. Well, not quite an antiquity. 1998. The Sangean ATS-404. Not the Sangean ATS-405, which is still currently available today. It's starting to sound like a highway report. The 404 and the 405. The 405's crowded today, but there's no traffic backup on the 404. Anyway, I digress. Cute little radio, 1998. Has 45 memories. It has more clocks and alarms that I actually care to even talk about. It does have the humane wake system, which if you wake me up, it will not be humane, I guarantee. It is 6.5, 4.5 by 1.5 inches thick. It's got a 20-inch antenna on it. 24-inch. I can't remember. Let us do this one more time. 24, 20. How about 28.5? That's what I meant to say, a 28.5-inch antenna. You always keep that tape measure handy just in case. I can't remember. And it's got a tiny little speaker in it. And it seems to be fairly basic radio. It does have several different ways to tune the bands. You can direct entry keypad. You can manually enter something in if you know what to manually enter in. Or you can also use your tuning buttons here, up or down. It also has a thing called the auto preset system. And I've been kind of trying to read about it, and it sounds kind of like the Texan ATS or ETM function, easy tuning mode, something like that, where it kind of scans and puts things into a temporary memory, and it's yeah, okay, whatever. And we'll see if that I've just had this out of its little box, and I haven't even really touched it more than to set the clock, so it's going to be kind of flying blind here a little bit. And you know, I talk for 3 minutes and 34 seconds and I haven't said anything, but it gives me time to think. And I can get a running start that way. So there is a method to the madness. People don't think there's a script. People don't think there's pyrotechnics or theatrics, but there is a method to the madness. And a lot of that method's just fun. People don't have fun anymore. People have forgotten how to laugh. People have forgotten how to have fun. People have forgotten how to slow down and enjoy radio. All that good stuff. So there's a method to the madness. Anyway, a small little speaker. Nice looking, nice display there. Shows the time. It's happy. It's actually the fairly correct time. Direct entry keypad, which we touched on, with band select switch. We'll just go from AM, FM, shortwave. Shortwave select, then we can pick what band we want to look at in the shortwave land. Memory scan, we could just program 45 memories and just scan those. All the humane alarm clock crap up here. Sorry. Just too many times of being woke up by these things that I don't know. Anyway, we have a flea that's crawling around on top. I don't know if it's a flea or a fly or some kind of a critter, which I can't stand critters. And not in my and he's back. Boy, I don't like critters at all. Tuning buttons, we've touched on that lightly. On the right-hand side, we have kind of a normal 3-position tone switch. News, normal, and music. Why we don't just call it tone, I don't know. Volume wheel, nice. The back side, we do have a kickstand, very handy. Oh, and I didn't say this. Oh, I got this as an absolute steal. I've seen these on eBay. People asking $175 for this thing. They're smoking crack or something. Maybe the people spending $175 for these radios are smoking crack. I don't know. I got this for $20 plus $9.69 shipping. You can do the math on that one, I think. So I got an excellent deal on this. FM, medium wave, we get either 9 or 10K. We can flip a switch in there and pick. I'm pretty sure it's set at 10K. FM, normal frequency range. Shortwave, from 2300 to 26100. 23 to 26. 2.3 to 26 megahertz. Looks like there's gaps all over the place. Different bands, probably just the international bands, I would say. Looks that way. And I'm just kind of perusing through. Of course, you can pause right there and read all the frequencies you'd like. Right there, that always works. On the left-hand side, we have a headphone jack, is stereo or mono. So we can take our pick there. DC adapter wasn't included with this. Well, I say wasn't included. There was one included, but it was not a Sangean adapter. It was a Panasonic adapter. It's 6 volts. It's all the same difference, but I won't use it on. If it was the original one, okay. But outside of that, I don't do that craziness. On the top where our flea has been, we have a light button. Don't think you can see the light out here. I've not been able to see the light for a couple of months, I think. Anyway, most of my lights are oncoming trains. We've touched on the antenna, so I think we're about ready to fire it up and just see what happens. Like I said, we're out to slow the day down and just have a little bit of fun. And here's medium wave. Yep, it's 10 kilohertz. Probably not going to find a lot of stuff out here, being the time of day it is. You can kind of rotate it around just a little bit and see, and make sure we are good and in focus. Hopefully. I can't ever tell, really. I can't see. I can see kind of a blurry image of where we're at, and hopefully it's in focus. And I apologize. That Grundig G5 video just had me flustered. I didn't even see it. In the editing, I didn't even see it was out of focus, or I'd have thrown the whole video out. So hopefully we're in a little better focus today. I don't think, let's just go on up 700. There's WLW. Wonder what happens if we just hit the button and let it scan and see what's there. Should stop at 1010. No, of course not. Okay.
You want regulation reform, or do you want people
there's
wearing genitalia hats and insisting?
Yeah, okay, whatever. There's our local radio station.
You can even book your own.
There's Indianapolis. Mr. Flea. I hated to do that to you on camera. PETA will get after me on this one. Though I killed the flea, probably. I know I'm skipping through it kind of quick. Just I don't expect much during the day. There's the tone, there's news, normal, and music. It's a tone switch, that's all it is. See if we can zip up to 1390 quickly.
Where you play in Jackson County. Plan your
Okay.
next fall adventure at Jackson County.
That comes in pretty good. It's got a good audio to it. Sangean always has a good audio.
Even though he hadn't played that position much before.
They do know what they're doing. Yeah, can't hang around the music too long.
It could come, in the next, it may not come at all, but it could come today.
We'll skip over music. And the higher ended stuff is pretty good. Did I already say this is from 1998? So it's 1998. It's probably old, tired, and all that good stuff. Let's try our FM for a bit. Here again, we're not gonna dazzle around too much. Let's see. Let's try the direct entry on this. Let's just go. 98.1.
Is the week after the
Easy peasy on that.
There's going to be a mass exodus. Nancy Pelosi will quit. Now
Oh my goodness! Always get the political talk. Let's try 931. I know.
His position, this actually came out.
Got a good audio to it. Let's just look at Indianapolis real quick. Can't do that for just a few seconds, about all we can do. Just fantastic little radio. Oldie but a goodie. Well, let's start out. And then you can pick your SW select button. You can pick your different bands you want to go to. I doubt very seriously there'll be much in 120 meter land. I just want to see, is it continuous or does it just loop around? Well, I found something. I'm curious as to what it'll do. Looks like it may be continuous on the scan portion of it. Kind of interesting. The world is looking up. Keep on going, little Sangean, you can do it. I know you can, I know you can. Isn't that a book? No, I think I can. Anyway, I think I digress. You got to fill in the dead air. I'm not a fan of dead air. So it is continuous. Boy, I like that even better. Now if it just picks stuff up, because we saw on the medium wave scan there for just a second, it just roared right by our local station. And some of these scans are just, the automatic scan portion is not very good. Texan has that figured out. And some of these have just, what was it we looked at the other? Oh, the G5, Grundig G5. Man, it went through the whole thing with nothing. But yet if you manually tune it, you can find all sorts of stuff. So, and I don't know if it's age, maybe. These radios get a little, 1998 is like, it's like 20 years old, and things get worn out and frazzled, and just like all of us are worn out and frazzled, and just don't work as well as they did back in 1998. But anyway, you can see it just rolls right along. There we go. We should start picking up stuff here on out. We ought to start picking up some things. And kind of the rule of thumb is anything. Now, did it start over just then? I don't know. Anything above 10 megahertz during the day, anything below 10 megahertz at night. Okay. Happy. Doesn't have single sideband on this though. So anything it picks up in the amateur band is going to be garbled glop and sound like Charlie Brown's Teacher. But that's okay because it just doesn't have that capability. So happy to find this 404. Been looking at a 405 heavy and I just, the money is not there for a big one like, or a big purchase like that right now. I think it was 85, 80, 85, something like that. There's a lot of radios in that price range I'd love to look at. The Grundig Field BT, or just the Field. I don't care. I don't need Bluetooth. The Grundig Field and the satellite gets up around 100 and something. I've seen 107. MSRP is a lot more than that. And I'm trying to think of what else. The Field BT, the Mini, we've already covered that one. Well, hello.
We're gathering here on September the 10th.
Well, okay. I won't be there on September 10th, sorry. And a whole host of radios in this price range I'd love to look at, but the expendable cash is not there. See if it'll stop on 10 megahertz. No? I'm curious, will it even pull it in? Sure it will. So the auto scan kind of skips over some important things in life. For the sake of time and sanity, well, we'll forgive it this time. I'd just like to see what it can find. Ideally, you want to sit in your recliner, you want to get a beverage of your choice handy because you're going to need it, and you just start thumbing through carefully, click at a time. But I don't think there's too many people that would appreciate a 2-hour video either. I think people would lose their minds. So I try to keep things around the 30-minute mark, and I think that's long enough. And so I kind of rely heavy on the automatic scans. And so far it's not been too bad. We found a few. Oh, the numbers, lady. Here's our lottery numbers. Okay. You heard it here first. This is not secret spy numbers like everybody thinks it's a secret spy number. That they give out these numbers. She reads off these numbers, and there are people on the other end listening to this like I would be. I'd be listening to it, and I'd write on my 3x5 card all these numbers, and it would secretly decode into a spy message. No, it's the lottery numbers. That's all it is. Here's the winning lottery numbers. I'm telling you, don't doubt me. Boy, that's coming in strong today. I like listening to her. Yeah, she's a spy lady. Yes, it's all covert operations. I love it. Love listening to it. Does it mean anything to me? Hell no, I don't speak Spanish. But whatever she's saying, I like it. Am I getting too excited today? I need to tone it back a notch. Cool. I'm glad we ran into her. A little different frequency for her. Normally she's on 635. Let's see if she's on 635 as well. Nope. Okay. I like it. You can back up on something and then just let her rip and it keeps right on going. That continuous scan, now that wins me over every time. We've looked at a bunch of these. They'll go through just the individual band, and then you got to change to another band, and then you hit the scan and you go through that band and just loop around, and then you got to go to another band. Wears me out. I like just a continuous scan. I could walk away from this. I could refill my beverage of choice, or take another shot, whatever you want to do, and just let it do some work for me. That's kind of nice sometimes. I like that. I am in a particularly good mood today. I don't know why. It's been a rough summer, and been rough humor-wise. I've lost my sense of humor to a point, and so I'm feeling a little better today. That's kind of nice. Maybe that's why I seem like I'm out of control a bit. And I apologize to anybody that thinks that I'm out of control and having too much fun. I apologize. I'm sorry you feel that way. My pet peeve are people that say, I'm sorry you feel that way. There we go. Cool. I don't know. I think we're too early for 15-140. I think we're too early. Let me let this arm dangle here a second. Get the blood flow back in my arm. Let's see, I'll stop it manually. There it is. Cool. Sweet. Well, let's keep rolling. Well, look at this. Little things just find all kind of stuff. I like this little guy. I like the old stuff. Does seem to have a little mute on tuning, I think. Of course, now see it's flying out of space now. It's into just non-international bands. It's just out there. Very, very neat. And I think this is the automatic search is my way to do away with that mute on tuning. Let it do the work and let it figure out the mute and all that, and let me just let me listen. Otherwise, then I have to. That's about how fast you're going to go. So this can go faster than I can. May skip over stuff too. See what we get in about the 17.6 range or so. See if we find anything. May be as good as it's going to get. And then when it does come in, you know, the 16-meter band now, when it comes back into the international band, it tells you, yeah, like I said, 17,775. I was close. Hey, I was close. You never know what you're going to get. And you never know when you're going to get it. But it's still fun, and that's the neatness of all this is the fun that can be had. And people take stuff way too serious. And they just forget that the number one thing about all this is just fun. Have a little bit of fun and kind of enjoy life for a minute. A simpler time, maybe. But I find it just amazing that we can pull some signal out of the air that we can't even see and translate it into something that we can understand or not understand if we don't know how to speak the language. But, you know, we translate it into something that we can hear. And I think it's amazing. And it's still, after all these years, it's still magical. Yeah, it's about done now. I wonder if it starts back over at 23 and keeps on going. Oh, a gigantic spider was on my arm. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's going to get in the frame here. There he goes. There. Ugh, that thing was crawling on my arm. I just about shit then. I didn't. Fortunately, I remained calm and poised under such stress. Most normal YouTubers would crack under such pressure, and I stayed poised. Now that is professionalism, with a capital professionalism. See, it just started back over 2300. So you could let this set indefinitely, and it'll just scan till it finds something. Kind of cool. Kind of be fun to throw the extended antenna thingamadoo on it and see what it finds. That'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? Yeah, I've taken up a lot of time already. Maybe we'll save that for a different video. Love this little radio, ATS-404, Sangean. I said that backwards, didn't I? Sangean ATS-404, not the 405. And cool little radio, fun. I like it. I like it when they're fun. Hope you've liked it too. I hope. That's all I can hope for. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, be brave, put a thumbs up anyway. You know, there's a little bit of work involved to it, so give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification thing that notifies you of, I don't know what it notifies you of. Leave your comments below. And in the description box, there's a real important link. It should be highlighted, I hope. Down yonder, if you don't know where that is, right there, where you can donate through PayPal. Safe and secure. You don't have to have a PayPal account. All you'd have to have is a credit card, I suppose. All that money goes to buy radios like this, to bring to the channel, content for the channel. I guess that's what the youngsters call it, content. And it's the only way I can keep going. And whether it's $1, $2, there's strength in numbers. Everybody just donate $1. I could get a crazy amount quick. And crowdfunding, I think that's what the youngsters also call it. I don't know. The hipsters or something. I digress a lot on this. But anyway, you can donate through PayPal and keep the channel going. Really, really appreciate the people that do donate. And I know there's a lot of you that probably can't. And that's okay too. I have been in that position more. There is a list of channels that I want to support monetarily, and I just can't. I wish that I could. And but anyway, I think that's all. I think now that I've stalled long enough, I'm thinking, is there anything else I want to say about this cute little radio? Don't like silver, but that's okay. It's just a neat blast from the past to take a look at. And hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope this maybe inspires you to say, hey, that radio stuff is kind of fun. Maybe I ought to get a radio and turn it on and see what's out there. I hope if somebody, and there's been more than one that have said that. They've said, you know, I ran into your channel and I, what the hell is this? And well, I'd like to try a radio. And sure enough, they're hooked on AM, FM, shortwave, whatever they're hooked on, and they love it. And that's when I say mission accomplished. And that's probably what my goal is just to get more people to realize that, hey, this is a lot of fun. And there's stuff still out there. People say shortwave's dead. No, it's just changed. That's all, you know. Is the world the way it was back in 1900? No, it's just changed. Technology changes. And we have to be able to adapt to that change. And the only thing constant is change. And things will change. And and that's the same way with shortwave. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stations out there, and tens of thousands of AM stations, and bazillion FM stations, and a quadrillion airports you can listen to, and there's so much stuff to listen to. No, it's not dead. It's just changing. And I get bristled when people say something's dead. No. Trust me, I understand dead. And this is a long way from dead, just changed. And we've got to learn to enjoy the change. And someday, that solar flux is going to start coming up, and there's going to be more and more stuff that you never thought you could imagine to hear. And I think we're at a solar flux index of 67. Just imagine if it was a solar flux index of 170 or something like that. I mean, it'd just be amazing. That's all there is to it. Absolutely amazing. I have talked way too long. I appreciate anybody that stayed till the very end of this, because I tend to ramble. But that, you know, no script, no pyrotechnics, and no theatrics. That's just the way I roll. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you at the next review.